Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. There's the whistle. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
Yeah, Virgil van Dijk. He's just about unbeatable in every department, Peter. He's strong, he's quick, he's totally dominant in the air. And what's more, he seems to really love it.
Oh, shooting chance! Oh, that was a brilliant save.
Well, someone's doing his job properly, Peter, that's for sure.
And we have our very first corner. That's a throw. Donatoni. Short changes him with that pass. Just eases him off the ball. Azar. So what can they make of this? It's played through for him. Alexander-Arnold. Oh, that's a key interception. And it's Bojan. Good running, strong and purposeful. Donatoni. Well, that pass surprised everyone, and not in a good way. Now it's Olise. He's shifting through the gears here. Dealt with nicely by the defence. Diouf. He's beaten the last man.
And he could have done himself a massive favour by just lifting his head up there. You know, it would have been a better picture of what was going on around him.
Alexander-Arnold with the foul. The ref's been lenient here. I doubt he'll get too many more chances.
Yeah, they look as if they're intent, Peter, on stopping him outside the laws of the game, so the referee is going to have to be very alert here.
Donatoni gets a good foot in there. Looking for options for movement. Oh, he's burst through. Doku. He's found a way through. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Alexander-Arnold kept his eye on it, and he's there. Barcelona, so far, providing no real test at all for the goalkeeper. Neither of these two want to come off second best. And here's Neymar. Neymar! Doku. Plays a sharp little ball here. Serginho. And Donatoni. And here's Neymar. And he's got the beating of his man. And the shot! Oh, the ball's run loose here. Can he get it through?
Manchester United genuinely seem like a side that's confident with the quality they have out wide. They certainly like their little intricate combinations and link-ups.
Well, that's the impression I'm getting.
Yeah, I think you'll want to make sure you give the opposition a different look with each attack. Variation, unpredictability, you know, that's always key to success.
And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Rodgers. And it's Rijkaard. Cunha will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. Real chance! Oh, crossbar! And it's Alexander-Arnold. He's having a shot! It's off target and by quite a way.
Oh, such good technique as well. That was exquisite. It's a real shame he couldn't find the finish after that.
Now it's Doku.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled. That's just playing it safe and simple.
Rogers. Serginho. And that was asking for too much. 0-0, but nevertheless a very decent game. Rogers. It's a pretty loose pass. Maguire. Marquinhos. Serginho. And it's Neymar. Neymar going face-to-face with his great rival. Bojan. He's picked his way through. That's going to go a long way. It'll be a throw-in. Rogers. Oh, played through for the wide man. Alexander-Arnold. Tries to pass it through. Oh, super ball. Great chance! And he couldn't finish.
That's really well played. It's just the type of run you need. Off the shoulder of the last defender. Stay onside.
Corner number 2 then. Olise! Goal! Manchester United! Half-time imminent! What a time to score! Right place, right time, and a fine instinctive finish.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
The first breakthrough.
Well, I think the managers are going to have to scrap whatever they had in mind for the half-time team talks. One has got to tone it up now and the other has to tone it down.
And we've reached half-time. There's been no shortage of industry or intent thus far. A little inspiration and inventiveness perhaps the only things lacking. Barcelona trailing by the tightest of margins at half-time.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
So that was the first half, and we will be back with the second half shortly. Back on the way then.
Well, I think in these circumstances it's all about...
And the finish! And it's well taken goal. They have come roaring back.
Well, you have to credit the desire there. These boys knew they were in a battle, and they did exactly what was needed to get back into it. That's going to make the boss just a little happy now.
Neymar duly reaps his reward, kept his cool whilst the defence lost their bearings.
Listen, he would have been advised to do that as a kid, and it's obviously etched in his mind now.
So they have it all to do again.
This is exactly the kind of contest you'd expect when you have so much class from both sides. The next goal is going to be so significant.
Van Dijk. Serginho! And it's Van Dijk. Donatoni. Some intricate passing. Goes for a shot! Goal! Barcelona! And the game is well and truly turned on its head. And that will surely go down as one of the easiest goals he could ever score.
Well, that's really well played, Peter. You have to appreciate the simplicity of it all. A killer pass, perfectly delivered.
Decent chance! Messi. Barcelona have scored 2 quick goals here and are 2-1 up. What a comeback. Close. And the shot! Just not quite happening for him just now.
Manchester United really have stepped it up now. They could have been a bit more greedy and forced the issue.
Donatoni. Bruno Fernandes. Oh, he's going to be disappointed with that. Could be danger here. Bojan. Matheus Cunha. Manchester United are looking to break at pace. Maguire gets across to intercept that. Donatoni. Passing is crisp and sharp. Vardiol makes the interception. Well, that has not gone well.
Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Hazard in acres of space out wide. Rodgers. Olise ventures forward. Donadoni with a definite foul there. And he has shown him a yellow card.
Yeah, we guessed that this scenario could take place because he's up against pace.
20, Matthias Cunha. Coming on the field is number 10, Francesco Totti.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Chance! Oh, so close to what would have been a memorable goal.
He's the one player you want on the ball running at defences, and that's precisely why.
So changes afoot here, and from both sides.
Number 27, Morgan Rodgers. Number 21, Olise.
Alexander-Arnold gathers from the goal kick.
Coming on the field.
Alexander-Arnold has it out wide and in space. Goes down, but nothing given.
Number 13, Hazard. Substitution.
Yamal picks it up out wide. And he gets rid in a hurry. And the shot's on here. De Bruyne now looking to orchestrate a counter. Threads one in. Oh, super find. Oh, that's fabulous. And a chance! And that would have been game, set and match.
And that reaction says it all. They had a real chance to tighten the screw there, and it's been blown.
Alexander-Arnold. Neymar. Now it's Neymar. And he's managed to get free. Totti. There's the shot! Oh, it's come off the upright. And he can thump it away. And it's Alexander-Arnold. Neymar. Yamal. And he's been shifted off it. Defending of the desperate variety. He's going for goal! Foul and a free kick in a very dangerous area. And he is going into that little black book. There's obvious upset over that challenge. You can see the players face to face. Let's hope this doesn't escalate.
Look, Peter, what they need now are cool heads and discipline, and instead it looks like they've got a liability in their side.
That's put paid to the danger. Vardiol. Oh, he had to make that, and he did make it. And he's there to get it away.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now? Diouf really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Out towards the flank. Looking to play him in. Yamal receives it in a wide position. Can he finish? Well, now it's a race for the ball. 4 extra minutes added on.
They need to play this quicker in transitions like this.
That's a nicely shaped ball. And he takes a shot! And that's a sharp finish. 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now.
Barcelona.
You don't keep those outs. He knew, he just knew.
Oh, that's an incredible shot. The dip and the curl he managed to get on it.
And we're done. Barcelona have been forced to do it the hard way, but they have pulled themselves through unwaveringly to win. Well, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion.
Against Barcelona.
Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. And we're underway. Jim, which player is best equipped for this game?
Well, stats-wise, Peter, Maguire is one of the very best English defenders in recent years. A real presence in both boxes, we know. And he generally likes to keep things quite simple. Not the type to be tested unless he gets a little overconfident or a little complacent on the ball.
Yeah, he'll certainly be leaving his mark on this game, quite possibly actually at both ends. And here's Hullet.
He looked rushed. He should have waited for some movement.
Dealt with nicely by the defence. Well, they've got it back in a hurry. Knocks it into space. It's a promising position. Ball in towards the middle. Look at the space here. And it's Makaleli. He'll try from distance. That was superb goalkeeping.
Makaleli is offering a wry smile there.
And we have our very first corner. He leaps for it! Not a bad try by any means.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Maguire. Donatoni. Some intricate passing, looking to progress the ball. Neymar powering forward here. That's destined for the flank. So, Jim, what has caught your eye in these early exchanges?
Well, both sides seem happy with the patient approach for now, still trying to have a good look at one another. You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left...
Bojan! Well, the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
Bojan Kirkic has every reason to be disappointed after being played in so well. The gaffer won't let him forget that.
They've played it short. And here's Bruno Fernandes. He's having a shot! Goal! Barcelona! Barcelona are in front. Well, it would have been harder to miss.
Well, of course, it's great play to set him up, Peter, but you can't say the defence did themselves many favours then. They really should have picked him up sooner.
Barcelona have penetrated for the first time.
Yeah, it's rare that one is enough though, Peter. I get the feeling they'll be wanting another as soon as possible.
And he's quick to return it. And here's Vitinha. Nice interception, his positioning was spot on. Can he spark a counter here? Marquinhos promptly onto that, and that is that. Vitinha is always looking to break lines. And the two sides separated by the game's only breakthrough moment to this point. 1-0 the score. And that has earned a reprieve for the time being. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. Donatoni.
Bullet really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
And this is Messi. Pass somewhat off target. Donatoni. Can he get it through? Serginho. And it's Marquinhos. Vitinha going forward. Now it's Park Ji-sung. Roberto Carlos looking to hit the byline here.
Manchester United clearly are looking formidable down that left-hand side.
Goes for a shot! Oh, that was no routine save.
Yeah, he was well placed to deal with that.
And he's cleared it out of harm's way. Costa Curta. Marquinhos spots it and intercepts. Bruno Fernandes. And that's been won straight back. Searching pass he's played there. Cafu cuts it out. Not the most convincing of passes. And that's going wide left. And he's managed to get free. Marquinhos did well to emerge with the ball. That's a contest to keep an eye on. Now it's Neymar. And that has been slung wide. Vitinha. Roberto Carlos.
It looks very much like they'd be happy to settle for this narrow lead at the break.
Maguire. And it's Neymar. And Donatoni. Oh, that pass isn't the best. Marquinhos. Played out towards the right wing. Vitinha gets a foot in here. Now it's Park Ji-sung. Azar.
There will be 1 minute.
That has been cut short. Now it's Neymar. He's got away. Hazard. And a chance! Oh, good finish. And this is getting better and better. One sweeping move executed with deadly efficiency.
Well, it's an example.
And that is indeed the final act.
Well, the second goal certainly came as a welcome surprise, Peter. So late and so potentially destructive.
That certainly seems to be the case.
And that ought to encourage an even more ambitious approach in this second half, Peter, with control already established.
Barcelona looking good, feeling good. It is 2-0 at the break. And so the action is resumed. Messi. Well, that has not gone well. Azar. Donatoni. Bruno Fernandes. It's a pretty loose pass. Caceres. And it's Messi. Looking to play him in. Totti receives it in a wide position. Pullet gets flagged offside. Makaleli. Hazard, he's picked his way through. Hazard stood his ground strongly. Bruno Fernandes. That's very neat. Caceres defending his corner stubbornly, stood up very well to his man. He's got plenty of space out wide here. And that has put paid to that. Bojan, lovely pass, but can he get there? So 2-0 the scoreline early after half-time.
Cafu are certainly playing with an intense focus in executing their plan here.
Neymar gets into a good position. Hazard. Hazard showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. Bojan. Oh, facing up to his adversary. This is a formidable matchup. Nicely weighted ball. Azar. That's good running with the ball. And here's Neymar. That is good progress on the left. Nicely shaped cross. Tries to get it clear. That's a decent clearance.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Messi finds himself offside. And it's Messi. And this is Pullet. That is ended up in no man's land. Now it's Neymar.
Oh, great
He has
feet,
found
though.
a way through. Donatoni. It's all a little bit desperate, but it's got the job done.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
No, it's come to nothing. Marquinhos. And Maguire. Now there's one of the players of the week. Passing is crisp and sharp. That's a little off target. Tries to play it through, and he's picked it up out wide.
Deserved a better ball there. He's right to be disappointed. Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Not the most accurate pass. And here's Hullet. Now that shapes the shoot! Goal! More or less by himself, as cool as you like.
Well, was there ever any doubt? It made it look like he's done it over and over and over again, and he has.
After 78 minutes is number 10, Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi. Lionel Messi. Substitution.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while. Manchester United cut their deficit and look raring to go again.
Well, I think they have every chance of levelling this now, Peter, but they've got to stay calm and not go completely gung-ho.
Turns back, and it's been given away. Great vision. Looking for the run. Oh, he's been caught, shot a goal!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Totti. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
He's having a pop! And that really should have been that.
Well, for me, he seems to be playing with a lot more zest now. He does look the most likely to grab that second goal cushion.
De Bruyne, the regular corner taker. De Bruyne with the short one. Crosses it in. Last-ditch defending, but that'll do.
Barcelona really wanted that two-goal cushion, but it wasn't to be. Still, they should be able to see it out from here. Messi really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Intercepts the throw, that's well read. He's found a way through.
There will be 3 minutes.
Decent chance! He's got a goal! That is lovely, finished with amazing expertise.
Well, it's one of those, Peter, when you've got to take your hat off and just say, too good.
Barcelona have surely won it, or so you would think.
Well, that's a really bitter blow. I think it's going to be very hard for them to find the character to respond from that.
And back to the keeper they go. Bayer sends... And that is as far as it goes. What a satisfying performance. A performance at times of determination and... Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Well, the stage is set for a stirring showdown here. The supporters in great voice, and there's a real sense of anticipation in the air. Game on. So it's down to business here.
I think when it comes to pace and finishing of the highest order, there's someone down there who always stands out.
Yeah, no prizes for guessing.
It's Sheva, Andrei Shevchenko, poacher, predator and punisher.
Bojan. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Bojan Kirkic clearly held on to it far too long there. Did he do enough to find someone? He looked as if he had his mind set on trying to do everything his way. That's just playing it safe and simple.
And claimed it back swiftly. Picked out brilliantly. Big chance! Denied by an instinctive save.
Shevchenko actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Barcelona with their first corner, the first in the game for either side actually. That's a decent clearance. And now they can spring out of defence. That's a shade optimistic. Now it's Bojan. Barcelona do have a chance to counter here. Ball is over the line. Nicely weighted ball. And Shevchenko! Now it's Messi. Very early stages, Jim, but anything up to now that's of note?
Well, I think both teams probably feel it's too early for either to start taking real risks.
Bojan! That is decidedly lacking.
Well, that always looked a little ambitious for me, but still, at least he had the confidence to take it on.
Not the best distribution from the keeper. Azar plays the game a step ahead of almost anyone. It's gone in, and it is an own goal!
That can happen to anyone. It's truly, truly unlucky for him, but it's just the way it is.
Well, who saw that coming? It has certainly made things interesting.
Well, that's something you don't expect at a match like this, but I guess you'll have to take whatever way it comes, and very gratefully.
Bojan Krkić did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. Serginho couldn't squeeze it through. Oh, easy pickings there. And here's Donatoni. He's having a hit! Too close for comfort. And here's Shevchenko. Oh, well played. That has snuffed out the danger. The sides separated then just by that one unfortunate moment. And the score is 1-0. Oh, he's enjoyed that. He evidently loves the contest. Messi will not want to lose out here, not against this opponent. It's a really well-measured ball. It's a good run down the right. Bruno Fernandes. There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Expertly cut out, really nicely done. Well, the runner's been sold a little bit short there.
Barcelona clearly didn't help themselves by telegraphing that one. It was always going to be intercepted.
Oh, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through. Neymar. Looking for the run. Bojan Krkić receives it in a wide position. This looks promising. Shoots! And that's a tidy finish. And there we have it, the two-goal cushion. The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
Barcelona are doing very nicely, thank you.
Well, now's the time you can afford to be more daring, Peter. It may be tempting to sit on this, but I'd say go and grab a third.
And here's Neymar. That's good running with the ball. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Neymar. Easy enough for the goalkeeper. Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Azar. And Donatoni. And it's Neymar. Bojan.